Have you ever felt undermined by a male narcissist? Today, we're going to decode the perplexing concept of narcissistic entitlement, a characteristic often seen in male narcissists. These individuals have a psychological profile that's marked by an inflated sense of self-importance. They often carry unrealistic expectations of preferential treatment and automatic compliance with their wishes. This is the essence of their entitlement, but it doesn't stop there. This sense of entitlement is typically coupled with a lack of empathy. They struggle to recognize or understand the needs and feelings of others, especially when these needs conflict with their own. They may disregard others' needs without a second thought, prioritizing their desires above all else. This can feel overwhelming, and it's easy to feel lost in the face of such behavior. But remember, understanding these dynamics is crucial. It's the first step in recognizing the patterns, setting boundaries, and ultimately, reclaiming your power. Remember, understanding is the first step towards empowerment. Now, what happens when you choose to prioritize your well-being in the face of such a challenge? Let's delve into the story of Jane, an everyday woman who found herself entangled with a narcissistic man. Jane's journey wasn't easy, but she made a life-changing decision to put herself first. She prioritized her own needs, choosing self-care and self-preservation. It wasn't a walk in the park, but Jane was relentless. She took the time to understand her worth, her value, and her own capabilities. She set boundaries, stuck to them, and practiced self-care. She sought out support when needed, and she never let herself be swayed by false promises or manipulative tactics. Jane's resilience was her shield and her strength was her weapon. By choosing self-preservation, she was able to navigate this difficult relationship and come out stronger on the other side. Jane's story serves as a powerful reminder to us all. Choosing self-care isn't selfish. It's self-preservation. Wishing for change won't make it happen. It's time to build a backbone, not a wishbone. Let's talk about assertiveness and confidence when dealing with narcissistic men. It's not about aggression or confrontation, but standing your ground, maintaining your dignity, and asserting your worth. When you have a strong backbone, you're not easily swayed by manipulative tactics or guilt trips. You stand firm, knowing your value, and refuse to let anyone belittle or diminish you. Confidence in your own strength and worth can shift the power dynamics in these relationships. Remember, dealing with a narcissist is like navigating a maze. But with a sturdy backbone, you can overcome the most complex labyrinth. It's about setting clear boundaries, expressing your needs, and not allowing anyone to cross those lines. Assertiveness is your shield and confidence your weapon. Together, they form an invincible armor. Confidence is not about proving them wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you're strong. So how can you assert your needs and maintain your autonomy in these difficult situations? Well, let's dive into some practical steps and actions that you can take to support your needs. First and foremost, setting clear boundaries is vital. It's like drawing a line in the sand. This line represents your values, your self-respect, and your personal space. If someone crosses it, they're disrespecting you. So make it crystal clear what you will and won't tolerate. And remember, it's not just about setting these boundaries. It's about enforcing them too. Now let's consider a case study. Meet Jane. Jane was in a relationship with a man who constantly belittled her and made her feel inadequate. She decided to set clear boundaries by telling him that she would not tolerate his disrespectful comments. When he continued to belittle her, Jane enforced her boundaries by distancing herself from him. This action sent a clear message to her partner: disrespect will not be tolerated. The second step is seeking support. You don't have to face this alone. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or professionals who can provide advice, encouragement, and perspective, just like Jane did. When she felt isolated and overwhelmed, she leaned on her support network. They validated her feelings and helped her see that she was not the problem. His behavior was. The third step is prioritizing self-care. This is not about being selfish, it's about recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. Take time for yourself. Do things that make you happy and keep you healthy, both mentally and physically. Jane, for instance, started a daily yoga practice and took up painting, activities that brought her joy and peace. And finally, remember to stand your ground. Narcissists may try to manipulate or guilt trip you into bending to their will, but you have the right to assert your needs and desires. Jane did exactly that. She stood strong, refused to be manipulated, and reclaimed her autonomy. Remember, you have the power to shape your own narrative. Don't let anyone else dictate your worth.